The time is 9 o'clock, and you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements. And we will not have a local story this week because both Laura and Clinton are taking some time to recuperate. And but I do have a couple local briefs put together by the news team, and a big thanks to Katie Tower, who has recently joined us as a community mentor / editor, working with Laura and Clinton to bring us our local news. We're really excited, and Katie's getting very comfortable. And that's a program that is funded through the Radio Meters program from the CRFC that we're very happy to have received. And this is in addition to the LGI funding for the full-time journalist that has not been renewed just yet. In case you were wondering, we haven't sent out an update because we ourselves are still waiting to get an update about the LJI program, which they have not finalized everything and put the word out just yet. So we thank you for all your patience, and just a reminder that all the radio meter journalists, Clinton, Laura, and Katie, are all working extremely part-time while attending to full-time jobs. And that is an endeavor we put together to include more voices in the community. So it's, that's that. There's a couple of local announcements, local briefs that they asked us to include. An upcoming holiday fundraiser event in Port Elgin will not only offer up a great evening of fun and games and friendly competition, but will also bring in much needed funds for the village's food bank. PEDVAC, a nonprofit organization that offers community support services to residents in the Strait Shores, are hosting a ladies' holiday social in early December, a special event that will feature a live action tasty finger foods, a live auction, tasty finger foods, and a variety of old-fashioned holiday games guaranteed to make the evening a night to remember. The fundraiser is set for Saturday, December 6th, 6 p.m. at St. Clement's Catholic Church on Church Street in Port Elgin, and the proceeds will be going to PEDVAC's food bank. Tickets are available at PEDVAC or at the Village Pharmacy. You can also call 506-538-7638 or email pedvacfoundation@gmail.com for more information. PEDVAC is also currently holding an online auction to raise funds for its community programs, with a large variety of items up for bid, ranging from unique vintage items to brand new treasures that would make a great Christmas gift. The auction is running until November 28th at 7 p.m. and can be found on Facebook by typing in PEDVAC online auction. And another note, they wanted us to mention that a former Sackville athlete is one of 6 new members that will be added to the New Brunswick's Sports Hall of Fame next spring. Heather Smith, who learned to curl in a junior curling development program in the mid to late 1980s at the Sackville Curling Club, and has gone on to play for teams in both New Brunswick and Nova Scotia throughout her career. Has won 4 national curling championships, 17 provincial championships, and competed in the Scotties Tournament of Hearts 6 times, winning a bronze medal in 2012. The 6 new members, being recognized for making a lasting impact in their field of sport, will be inducted into the during a ceremony May 23rd at the Capitol Theatre. More than 800 people have been inducted since the hall was established in 1970. That's a couple of local briefs for you, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow, maybe with the local news. I think Clinton was feeling better, but we'll see about that. But thank you for your patience. But in the meantime, I am going to get you a quick word from Brian Nielsen circa 2003, and then come right back with your Atlantic update.
This has been Brian Nielsen for Attic Magazine. Thank you for listening to CHMA 106.9, the voice of the marshes.
All right, gentlemen, I believe we got it this time. What you say?
There you go, from 2003. And to believe that he had been involved in CHMA even longer before, I believe Brian might have started up at the old CHMA in 97-ish. Here's your Atlantic update for November 20th. A third New Brunswick man has been charged with first-degree murder following a homicide reported last month by police in St. John. Investigators say that on October 20th, officers called to help a 41-year-old man with serious injuries who was later pronounced dead in hospital. In the following week, 2 men were arrested and each charged with first-degree murder. A third man, who police say was unlawfully at large at the time of the crime, has also been charged with first-degree murder as well as possession of a firearm while prohibited. The Mounties on PEI are accusing an island resident of issuing threats online before he was charged with 2 terrorism-related offenses. The RCMP are also accusing the man of making illegal firearms with a 3D printer. The Mounties issued a statement yesterday saying their investigation into 51-year-old Daniel Desmond Crowder started in February, and investigators could find no evidence of a broader network or active risk to the public. An RCMP spokesperson said he could not elaborate on the nature of the threats or who were the targets. And Nova Scotia's opposition New Democrats say the government is not moving fast enough in implementing its plans to revitalize healthcare. At a news conference yesterday, NDP members stood outside the Cobequid Community Health Centre and spoke about healthcare workers who had to turn patients away because of lack of resources. While the health department responded by saying the number of new doctors and nurses in the province continues to rise. Provincial officials also say the number of people on the wait list for a doctor is the shortest in the country. And finally, part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike on both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's University and Mount St. Vincent University are represented by the Canadian Union of Public Employees. The union says members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employees around the same time. The union says its members at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for a grading period after exams end. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update. Here is Enver with your weather.
And now the weather. Today, sunny. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour. High +5. Wind chill -10 earlier this morning. UV index 1 or low. Tonight, a few clouds. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour. Low -6. Sub-zero along parts of the coast. Wind chill -8 overnight. Tomorrow, Friday, November 21st. Mix of sun and cloud. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour. High +5. Wind chill -7 earlier in the morning. UV index 1 or low. Friday night, cloudy, 30% chance of showers. Low +1. Saturday, November 22nd. Sunny, high +5. Saturday night, clear, low -5.
And thanks for that, Enver. Here is Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Last night, 4 games in the National Hockey League saw the Washington Capitals defeat the Edmonton Oilers 7-4 at home. The Calgary Flames, with a 6-2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres in upstate New York, took extra time and went to a shootout for the Minnesota Wild to defeat the visiting Carolina Hurricanes. And in the late game, it was the Anaheim Ducks getting the W over the visiting Boston Bruins. Full slate of games in the NBA, including the Toronto Raptors moving to 10-5 on the season with a 121-112 victory over the 76ers on the road. It was the Pacers getting their second win of the season with a 127-118 victory at home against the visiting Charlotte Hornets. Rockets defeat the Cavaliers by 10, 114-104. It was the Miami Heat defeating the Golden State Warriors 110-96. Timberwolves also moved to 10-5 on the season. 120-109 victory over the Washington Wizards, who now sit at 1-13 on the season. Not to be outdone, the Pelicans from New Orleans, they lose to the Denver Chicken Nuggets, 125-118, meaning the Pelicans are now 2-13 on the season. In the opposite direction, the Oklahoma City Thunder, defending NBA champions, get their 15th win of the season, 113-99 over the Kings, moving them to 15-1 on the year. Knicks with the bucket victory over the Dallas Mavericks, 113-111, and it was a 1-point game as the Chicago Bulls defeat the Portland Trail Blazers out in the Rose City. And other sports news, the country of Haiti reaches the World Cup for the first time since 19 74 having to beaten Nicaragua. And this is of note because the manager for the team has never been to the Caribbean island. Yes, the 52-year-old French coach Sebastien Mignet has been unable to set foot on Haiti since being appointed 18 months ago because a conflict in the country forces them to play their home matches 500 miles away in Curacao, an island nation just off the coast of South America, king country Venezuela. So they will be coming to North America next year for the World Cup. Tonight in the NFL, Week 12 starts with the Buffalo Bills going down to Houston to take on the Texans. And in a local hockey action, the CHMA Regional High School Lady Titans will be heading out to Riverview tonight. Puck drop at 7:45 p.m.
On Thursday, November 20th, the Sackville Film Society will be showing A Kiss of the Spider Woman at the Amherst Theater. The movie is a musical thriller about a political prisoner named Valentine who shares a cell with a man named Molina. They form an unlikely bond as Molina recounts a Hollywood musical plot. The movie begins at 7:30 p.m. Singles, six-packs, and full memberships are available at the box office. We can't wait to see you there!
And a big thanks to Brielle, a recent volunteer and new board member that has since joined us just a couple of weeks ago. Thanks, Brielle, for volunteering to help out with some local announcements and help get the word out. And that's Sackville's Film Society coming up. And we'll get a little community calendar running right now, and I've got one more local announcement to get before this news section is over. Just double checking with the municipality, seeing what is happening. It's a frosty morning this morning, but I don't think that should do anything. There were some wild power outages on Monday that were quite a surprise, but we are at that time of year where we want to keep checking things. And I did a road check, and it's all fine. Everything seems fine this morning, but we are getting into the 511 time of year. Tanchmar just mentioned that Cape Road is still going to be closed at that civic address 3508 that they're working on the sewer and water. So there is a detour, and they just encourage you to plan extra travel time, use alternate routes, and follow posted signage in that area. Fun one for me. For you as well, probably. But Basil from the bike specialist over in Amherst is going to be doing a bike repair workshop, and that's going to be coming up on the 30th at St. Anne's Church Hall, 65 British Settlement Road East. British Road. Okay, British Settlement Road E. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Over in West Cox, and that's $40. 16 plus years of age, 16-year-olds are welcome to join, but 16 to 18 must have a parent or a guardian attending. They have a link to an Eventbrite event to join up. Hopefully they'll have that posted on tanchmarnb.com, which I feel that they would as well. But if you're interested, check it out on their socials and sign up. $40, Sunday, November 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. There you have it. And can we get one more in there? There was one more that I was thinking that I wanted to get out. They're doing the local holiday business. If you're walking by any businesses, local businesses, and you see a little QR code on a sign, maybe in a window or at the counter or something like that, scan that, because that is going to be it's going to take you to a form because the municipality is doing a competition. There's 4 categories that you can vote vote businesses into. People's Choice, Best Tree, Best Light Display, and Best Holiday Scene. And that is Tidewater, Gobsmacked, Salvation Army, Daver's Walk Emporium, all those spots. The Barn Shop, Milo's Pet Cemetery, Jonka too. They are all participating in that competition. They'll have a poster with a QR code. There we have it. Okay. And then we have one word about a show coming up tonight. And that'll conclude our news for this morning.
Mark your calendars for Thursday, November 20th. The mesmerizing group Blackwood brings a hauntingly beautiful blend of classical and jazz to Greensley's House 16 Chart Street. Inspired by plain chant, improvisation, and holy minimalism, their sound is crackily gorgeous, the perfect music for the onset of winter. Doors open at 7 p.m., show starts at 7:30, and tickets are just $20. As always, house shows are BYOB. Come warm your soul with an unforgettable night of live music.
And that was your CHMA news. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantgimar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. And welcome back, folks. Got some music queued up for you. Got word from Clinton that indeed there will be a local news story tomorrow. He's feeling a little better. And yeah, that's pretty exciting to us. And always check out chmafm.com for the stories. Sign up to that email newsletter, and you can find that all at chmafm.com. Subscribe. Brings you to a whole bunch of newsletters that we have. And we're even thinking of adding one more. And it's, because we're doing so many great community events. We've tried adding it to our local news, but technology and all that kind of thing, the way information flows, it's a bit of a slow burn, but I think we might just add up an additional newsletter for local events in lieu of being able to sign them up to the local stories, the local news stories that come through. Around this time, you know that I love to do a schedule check from CHMA and let you know about all the new programming. I especially want you to know now because we are coming up on a slow period. Things are going to slow down in just a few weeks. I like to call this the high season of making radio because this is when we've had a landslide of new programs and the excitement of getting on the radio for the first time and all that stuff. And then not everyone, but I'd say there's going to be a dozen or so folks that do take a break for December for the academic year, taking a holiday break like that, and then coming back in the second week of January. So, but don't fear, we still have all of our hosts are staying on. Siley's going to be taking a break, taking a long needed trip back home. She hasn't been home in 2 years, folks. Can you imagine being away from home for 2 whole years? That's probably been hard for her, but she's very excited to do that. So we still have Eric's with us until the 17th, and Maya, Noel, and Kimmy are steaming straight through, and Brian on Mondays, as far as I know, is going to keep going with that. And Craig Muvasa has offered to step up in place of Siley taking some time away, and Craig is of course at 4, but we're going to figure out the holiday schedule. But right now, we still have lots of wonderful programming, and coming up at 10 a.m. we have time of useful consciousness, not uselessness, but useful consciousness radio, coming up at 10 a.m. Then Eric Gohill's coming on with the 11 a.m. midday show. Siley will be jumping on 12 to 1, bringing you into Democracy Now! Drive Time show with Craig Muvasva, 4 p.m. and at 5, live at 5 with Maya Noel. Swamp Things Variety Hour kicking off the evening program at 6 p.m. with Ramona and Faisal. Bonsai, 2 hours of classic rock from the legendary DJ Jack Ketty, 7 p.m. And Surfinama with Siley Sringapore coming up at 10 p.m. and Craig Dunsmuir's Grotheries coming in from Toronto, Ontario at 11 p.m. So there's a whole mixed bag of local and away programming, mostly local, 90% local. So yeah, just keep that dial locked on the voice of the Marshes. Just got a new show proposal that came into the station at chmafm.com web email address yesterday, folks. So if you know anyone that has a great face for radio, or would like to get involved, or if you're yourself find yourself wanting to dedicate that 1 hour a week to help entertain the Marshes and keep people up and going on these dark days of fall, then sign up for a show. Anyone can sign up anytime, and we are always here. We've got a little calendar there for under Get Involved, and you can book into the calendar anytime at all, and that's to do a training or anything like that. And we'll be here, either Siley or myself, or any number of the hosts and volunteers we have, because sometimes if we can't be here, then someone else will join in. But we want to do the most we can to, have incredible radio right here on across the marshes. And we have everything we need to do. We just need you to come in and jump on the mic. All right, let's get back into the music. It is 9:20, and I've got Anthony Akira with Baby Bloom, Danger Mouse and More Danger Mouse and More with Wonder, and Wednesday with Elder Dominique Adams with Would I, here on the Voice of the Marshes. Again, this is Anthony aka look at that. No, it's Aka Unger with Baby Bloom on 106.9 FM.
Hey Anthony, how's it going?
I'm doing really, really good. How about you?
I'm alright.
Alright. What's up?
Looking forward for the summer.
That's what's up.
You ready? Let's go. Summertime,
Danger Mouse, and more with the track Wonder. And before that, you heard Anthony Eka Angi with Baby Bloom, and Dominique Adams coming up with the track Would I here on the Voice of the Marshes. It is 9:26, and I think I'm going to bid you farewell on this last track. It is time for me to go and get back to the bill-paying job. Before I go, I want to remind you to take a visit over to chmafm.com. Check out our recent articles. Clinton wasn't feeling super well, but did manage to get in a kind of a roundup for the week coming up of music, theater, film, and craft. And there's a long list of things that are happening that we've kind of gone over already this morning. But a couple things I didn't mention were the Mount Allison Jazz Ensemble, Friday, November 21st. I did talk about the Blackwood Trio at Greenslades, Film Society tonight, Kiss of a Spider Woman, Julie Dwaron, Caged Animals, Steve Lamke, Friday night. Marshlight Theater's Small Things coming up. The Heart and Pocket Review is up on Saturday. A community info session on the gas plant, Sunday, November 23rd, 2 to 4. Winter wreath making workshop at Bagtown Brewery next Thursday, the 27th. And Stretz is doing the workshop series for video performance, and that's editing green screen footage with DaVinci Resolve. That's going to be down at Stretz next, not this Saturday, but the following. That's from 1 to 3 p.m. There you go. There's a whole bunch of things. Thanks, Clinton, for all of that. And I always check out the CH community calendar for that and more. All right, I've been your host, James Anderson. You've been listening to 106.9 FM, the Voice of the Marshes, coming out of Sackville, New Brunswick. It is 9:27, taking you into Time of Useful Consciousness Radio coming up at 10 o'clock. I've got Dominique Adams with Would I, Lilium Sanigan with Breathing Air, Al Nickel with Merlebone, and Nilo Under the Blue Dome, Dean Johnson with Before You Hit the Ground, and finally, Big Thief with the track Los Angeles. All here on the Voice of the Marshes. Thanks for joining me. I've been with you since 7:30, filling in for Kimmy this morning, but hopefully Kimmy will be back. If not, I'll talk to you again tomorrow morning as well. And just remember, I'm here at 8:30, but Kimmy starts it up at 7:30. So, yeah. We're doing our best to keep your mornings bright on these dark fall days. Well, the morning's been last 2 mornings have been pretty gorgeous. Here's the track Would I from Dominique Adams.
Whole car's up in laughter.